Hi everyone, welcome to Lavanya Chemistry classes. Today's session we are discuss some VSAQ questions, that is very short answer type questions. We are discuss. The first question is, what are drugs? What are drugs? The drugs are chemicals of low molecular masses, approximately 100 to 500 microns. These drugs interact with micromolecular targets and produce a biological responses. So, these are called as drugs. The drugs are chemicals of low molecular masses. These drugs interact with macromolecular targets and produce a biological response. And the next question is, what are antacids and give an example. The antacids, the chemicals that remove the excess of acid in the stomach and maintain the pH to normal level are called as antacids. For example, omeprazole and lansoprazole are the examples to antacids. What are antacids? The chemicals that remove the excess of acid in the stomach and maintain the pH to normal level are called as antacids. And the next question is, what are antihistamines? Give example. What are antihistamines? Give example. The antihistamines prevent the interaction of histamine with receptors of the stomach walls and produce less amount of acid is called as antihistamines. Antihistamines means the antihistamines are prevent the interaction of histamine with receptors of the stomach walls and produce less amount of acid. For example, the examples of antihistamines are dimethane and terfenadine. Terfenadine. This is called the name as Seldine. And next question is, what are tranquilizers? Give example. What are tranquilizers? Give example. The tranquilizers are drugs mainly used in the management or treatment of psychosis and neurosis. Psychosis and neurosis. Mainly, the drugs, the tranquilizers are used, that means mental diseases. Tranquilizers are drugs mainly used in the management and treatment of psychosis and neurosis is called as tranquilizers. The examples for tranquilizers are luminol and seconal and barbiturate acid. These are the examples of tranquilizers. And the next question is, what are analgesics? How they are classified? What are analgesics and how they are classified? The analgesics either reduce or abolish pain without causing impairment of consciousness is called as analgesics. And the mental confusion in coordination or paralysis or some other disturbances of nervous system, so these are classified as two types. What they are? Non-narcotic analgesics and narcotic analgesics. Non-narcotic analgesics and narcotic analgesics. What are analgesics means either reduce or abolish pain without causing impairment of consciousness and mental confusion and coordination of paralysis, some other disturbances of nervous system. They are called as analgesics. The analgesics are mainly two types: non-narcotic analgesics and narcotic analgesics. Mm. Next question is, what are narcotic analgesics? Give example. What are non-narcotic analgesics and give example. The alkaloids which cause depression. The alkaloids which cause depression of central nervous system and at the same time strong analgesics are called as narcotic drugs. These are additive drugs. What they are? Morphine and codeine. Morphine and codeine are the examples of narcotic analgesics. What are narcotic analgesics? The alkaloids which cause depression of central nervous system and the same time strong analgesics are called as narcotic drugs. They having additive properties using drugs. Examples of narcotic analgesics are morphine and codeine. And the next question is, what are non narcotic analgesics? What are non narcotic analgesics? Give example. Non narcotic drugs, these drugs are analgesics but they have no addictive properties. No addictive properties. Non narcotic drugs are them. These drugs are analgesics but they have no addictive properties. Their analgesics use is limited to mild aches and pains and like backache and headache. For example, these examples are non-narcotic analgesics. Aspirin and ibuprofen are the non-narcotic analgesics. And the next question is, what are antimicrobials? What are antimicrobials? The antimicrobials kill and or inhibit the growth of organisms that cause diseases. They increase immunity and resistance to infection of the body. These are called as antimicrobial. The antimicrobials are kill or inhibit growth of organism. Growth of organism is killed by using antimicrobials and causes diseases. They increase the immunity and resistance to infection of the body. For example, the examples of antimicrobials are lysozyme and lactic acid. Lysozyme and lactic acid. These are